You know what's fun about building? You have your plans, and as the space starts to take shape, you're in rough framing, for example, the room up here was going to be a storage room. But as you look at this room and it develops, the beautiful transom window up high, letting in light, providing visibility to the backyard, I suggested we open up the wall, and this has turned this space from a storage room into the most quaint little sitting area, and it provides a really open, warm, lit feeling for this room. The owners had the courage to go with the concept that we developed in the field, so that was a lot of fun. We can go upstairs now. Oh, pardon me. Can you see the lights on the stairway?
The lights.
We had long discussions about lighting. The owner wanted some pathway lighting, but there was no way I wanted to put lights in the limestone. Remember, our theme was less is more. So collaborating with our low voltage sub and our stairway contractor, we were able to come up with a concealed tape light solution that floods the treads with light. And this is all tied into the Lutron system, so it's totally programmable. I think it's going to provide a very subtle yet elegant glow to the stairway. Welcome to what was the storage room. We were also able to provide access to the attic space over the garage rather than having to crawl up ladders or pull down ladders. We're coming into the anti-room hallway. This hallway was just a plain hallway. We had extra beaded tying groove from the loggia ceiling, and we suggested we use it here vertically, and it really added a little more finish to this room. And then we were able to conceal the doors for the low voltage cabinets. And this is a room that brings us from the landing upstairs to the owner's office, which is going to have a cool, masculine, clubby feel. It's going to be a gorgeous room. And they're still working on that, so pardon the noise. This brings us to the master suite. The whole second floor of this house, but for the area we just walked through, is the master suite. So it's rather massive. But we did some remodel work in the master bathroom. There's the her side, the his side. We moved the toilet rooms around and we created a brand new shower, steam shower. We used some slab material with tile, custom designed Greek key pattern. They'll be replacing this wallpaper to match. And then on the his side, again, it's kind of working with the existing paneled look and stain finish that was a part of the project originally. As we move down to the bedroom, her closet. The master bedroom was really not an area in our scope, but we did have to work on these doors and replace them because they had rotted away and they weren't weather tight anymore. Lynn Floyd helped us with, did a great job. And then another area that was a struggle was refinishing this fireplace mantle and surround. Originally, they were looking at doing some sort of stone, marble, didn't really fit the room. The one that we took out really didn't fit the room. But again, I partnered with our plaster sub. We came up with this design, pulling inspiration from the her side of the bathroom and the trim profiles of the cabinetry. So this turned out, I think, really cool. It'll be painted to match trim, but it provided a nice traditional element to this room and really frames the fireplace well, and we're able to save the other stone that was original. The bedroom opens to a master loggia, but they wanted to add screens. After a lot of thought and looking around the property for inspiration, I was able to find a detail that we could incorporate here that ties it in an original fashion and respects original architecture and allows us to conceal these screens within the opening. When it finishes, it's going to look great, but it certainly provides a little more shelter and charm to this space on those hot days. The breezeway. We're transiting over the entryway. The railings you see were original. They have a real hefty look. Again, a lot of conversation went into remove and replace or keep and embrace, and we decided to keep and embrace. Our painters have repainted. We've done some elbow work polishing to kind of bring out the original luster, and actually to scale these things work in this house, because this house has some hefty elements to it, and anything more contemporary would kind of look out of place. Owners are happy, designers happy too. As we move through here, this goes into the master lounge. All we've done here is just refresh the trim. We do have windows to replace. An example, these homes built in the 80s, single pane wood, but the wood, deteriorates, dry rot, what have you. So we're replacing these sashes in here. This has all been repainted. There's an office at the end. It's just a fun place to hang out. Huge master suite. Well, we're going down the grand stairway, and this will be blanketed in a new carpet runner. So it provides an elegant entry, again, to where we started. The room you're looking at straight ahead is the great room. This room is paneled in old pine, and it's vintage antique pine material. We've refurbished it, just a little love, orange oil with beeswax. And we're doing some work in the bar here to bring it up to speed. Now, If you're a guest at this estate, there's two options: the VIP guest house or the East Wing. The East Wing is a 4-bedroom, 4 ensuite bath configuration, and there is a room fondly referred to as the map room, and this makes a great retreat for family or friends to hang out. Here's a fun thing. This is the kids' bunk room. The original plan would have required us to relocate this door, make a lot of changes to the room. I did a little SketchUp work because I thought we could fit everything into this side of the room. Drew a model very similar to this. The owner's daughter loved it, found a Pinterest, engaged the architect to give us more detailed plans, and then we just worked on site with our trim carpenter to kind of build it and dimension it as we put it together, and it really turned out, I think, cool. And the ladder, the inspiration for this was something that you might find on a private jet. Wider treads, a little steeper angle, because originally there were stairs contemplated, and that would have brought everything out past this finished plane, which would have obstructed the door. So when this gets finished, it's gonna be a cool place for the kids. Actually, they've already seen it, they love it. We freshened up the wet areas, put in new vanities that were taller, countertops, and then redone the wet areas. So each of the bathrooms have been freshened up to make them ready with this very family-oriented family.